Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, we have something truly special in store for you today. We are going to be jumping into the world of tuner cars. And we're not just jumping in, we are diving in head first. We are talking about the 1992 Honda Civic EG hatchback. This is a tuner car that has had its roots deep into the tuner car culture for as long as you can remember, pretty much since its inception in 1992. But it wasn't always accepted by the world at large as the iconic tuner car that it is today. And we have to attribute much of its success and much of its fame as an iconic tuner car to a time in the early 2000s when it debuted in the original Fast and the Furious. If you recall, this is when this car first made its appearance in the world of cinema. Yes, I'm talking about the EG hatch that was driven by none other than, you're gonna make me find out the hard way, Hector. This very model, the EG Civic hatch, became an instant legend, and it was actually the sister model, the EJ Civic Coupe, that had the famous scene racing down the highways of Los Angeles where the Fast and the Furious crew was hijacking an 18-wheeler that was filled with VCR TVs. It was one of the most iconic movie scenes for anybody in car culture, in the car scene, that liked fast cars, that liked tuner cars. For me as a kid, when I saw that scene and I saw those black Civics with the green underglow flying down the highway in stealth mode, I didn't even know it was a Civic at the time. I was too young, I wasn't that deep into the scene yet, but that ignited my passion for tuner car culture, and the rest is really history since then. So I hope you guys have a little bit of that passion still as well, and if you don't, maybe just a little bit of appreciation for what Mr. Phil Roble was able to accomplish with this 2017 SEMA Gran Turismo award-winning Honda Civic EG hatch. Now let's fast forward to present day and introduce you to Phil Roble's 1992 EG Honda Civic hatchback. Phil is from Tempe, Arizona, and when he's not building ridiculous JDM race cars, he moonlights as a Boeing mechanic for the Apache AH-64 helicopter, which is the helicopter of America's military. But we're not talking about that today. Today we are talking about his pride and joy, a car that won the SEMA Gran Turismo Award in 2017. So let's start by taking a closer look at the exterior of this JDM racing machine, and in particular what I consider to be the star of the show, the Pandem wide body kit. See, it's not just a body kit, it's a radical transformation, taking what was previously a smooth bodied turd and transforming it into an edgy, raw Japanese monster. This kit widens the Civic stance, giving it an aggressive, track-ready aesthetic. The flared fenders and pronounced wheel arches honestly make it look like it could eat an R34 for breakfast. And the widened track allows for those massive TE37s to sit perfectly within the wheel wells. The Pandem kit is not just about appearance though, it's about function too. The wider body enhances stability at high speeds, and it's essential for accommodating those massive wheels. Every curve, every line on this body kit has been designed with a purpose, and it is a testament to the commitment to both form and function that Pandem has to tuner car culture. And speaking of form, we can't forget about the J's Racing hood, which is a carbon fiber hood, and it's not just a lightweight solution, it adds a brushstroke of aggression to the front end, making it clear that this Civic means business. The first molding Type B mirrors are like a pair of finely crafted sunglasses, adding a touch of style and aerodynamic efficiency, and the paint, an OEM Toyota Phantom Gray Pearl, which is not a wrap by the way, is like a form-fitting tuxedo that this Civic wears with pride. Now looking under the hood, we don't have just an engine. We have a symphony of precision engineering whose heartbeat is controlled with a Honda ECU. But there's a twist. It's not your typical B-Series build under the hood. It is a K-Series engine that's been turbocharged to unleash even more power and fury. It's like fitting a rocket booster to a fighter jet. This engine doesn't just sing. When VTEC and boost hit at the same time, it belts out a thunderous roar, propelling this Civic EG into the stratosphere of performance. Now when it comes to handling, you have to mention the Tyne SC coilovers, giving this car the poise of a ballerina on a tightrope. Phil's not just about form, he's about function. He added a PCI bronze bushing kit, spherical trailing arm bushings, and spherical upper A arms. It's as if he transformed this Civic into a surgeon's scalpel, which allows it to carve through corners with surgical precision. And that ASC Circuit Hero strut part, well, it's just the spine that keeps this beast upright through the most demanding turns. Now when it comes to stopping, Phil's also gone all out. He has installed Brembo front and rear race brakes with R-Crew custom rotor hats and brackets. It's like attaching anchors to a hurricane. This Civic can halt at the drop of a hat. The shoes that connect this car to the tarmac are classic JDM Volk TE37s. Dimensions 17 by 9.5. And to put that into perspective, the OEM wheels on a Civic in 1992 were a mere 13 inches in diameter and typically 5.5 inches or so in width. Phil's choice for the TE37s are not only larger but also significantly wider, just like swapping out a pair of ordinary sneakers for a pair of high-performance racing shoes. It's a transformation that not only enhances the car's looks, but also its handling and overall presence. The grip is so immense that it feels like the car's become one with the road. Now for the best part, for you Gran Turismo players, this magnificent machine can be purchased for a mere 300,000 credits in Gran Turismo 7. So you can take it to the track, get behind the virtual wheel of this magnificent Civic EG hatchback, and experience firsthand what a true automotive JDM monster feels like to drive firsthand. It's an opportunity to test your driving skills, push this beast to its limits, and live the dream of driving a finely tuned tuner car, all from the comfort of your gaming simulator. So there you have it, Phil Roble's 1992 Honda Civic EG hatchback, a masterpiece of engineering, a tribute to precision, and a nod to the tuner culture that has defined an era. This Civic EG is not just a car, it is a symphony of power, handling, and style that honors the roots of JDM culture and the spirit of speed. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and I just want to mention that when I was a kid growing up, I had torn out of a magazine a picture of a Lamborghini Diablo, and I had that Lamborghini Diablo stuck onto my wall as like this iconic, cool sports car. I didn't really know anything about cars or Lamborghini, Ferrari, any of that. All I knew was this was a cool car and this is the price tag, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford something like that. But then you watch a movie like Fast and the Furious when you are a young kid. I think I may have been like early in high school, maybe even like freshman year, but it was because of Fast and the Furious and seeing, it was honestly that scene of the EJ Civics on the highway when I didn't even recognize them as Civics, and I'm looking at them just zigzagging around the highway under the 18-wheeler, and I had to look it up afterwards and find out what car that actually was, because they're completely debadged. They've got the body kits on them, the lights, the big wheels. They looked nothing like a Civic from the street, but then I found out, wow, this is a Honda Civic, and they took a Honda Civic from this and they turned it into that. And that is what lit that fire inside of me to make me realize, wow, like I can get a Civic and I could turn it into that too. And it makes you realize, like, you might not be able to get that Lamborghini today or that Ferrari today, but you can still get into the scene and you can still appreciate a car for what it is. And it really just created this whole subculture of built, not bought. Really just brought tuner cars into the mainstream. So for me, it's tuner cars that got me into the scene. It's tuner cars that have kept me in the scene. And I still have plenty of appreciation for exotics and Euros, but tuner cars are what I really care about at heart. And I'm sure that, that sentiment probably resonates with a lot of other people out there, but I'm really curious to hear your thoughts firsthand. So please do let me know in the comments below your passion for JDM cars, for tuner car culture. I'd love to hear even some of your individual stories and how you kind of came about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. But until next time, thanks again for stopping by. Keep driving fast, my friends. Take care. We'll talk to you later.